How to plan for success and become wealthy. Here are some steps for you to have a successful life. So let's begin without any further ado. Step 1. Decision. This procedure for self-status incorporates 3 phases. Stage 1. Cautiously consider where the following an open door for arriving at your objective will start. Where will it come from? Where will it come from systems administration with your partners? Will it come from pursuing the last book that you purchased? The book that is yet sitting on your rack, standing by to offer you a few responses? Will it come from requiring the investment to think it out? Where will it come from the following opening door that will push you advanced? In the event that you don't have the foggiest idea, this is how you need to help each significant objective of yours. The first concerns on your rundown. For each of these, take out a different piece of paper. One single sheet for every significant objective. Record your objective at the top and begin posting every single sensible asset. Record each conceivable spot that you could track down the chance to accomplish this objective. What's more, with every asset, characterize them. Ask yourself, is this asset a slam dunk? A decent wagered about even possibilities. Impossible a remote chance. Pose yourself these inquiries and arrange all of the assets you have down on paper. That is the principal step. The second move toward this technique for self-readiness is to ensure you understand how you should be ready for your chance. So step 2 is know. Go through your whole rundown of objectives and assets and group them. Break every asset into substantial strides of readiness. Begin by chipping away the definite wagers first and afterward drop down the line. The remote chances will get through now and again. Yet begin with the assets that will serve you best. Currently prepare for the amazing open doors before they come your direction. Stage 3 in self-arrangement technique is to give your best for create each open door bound to occur. Step 3. Expedite. After you have figured out how you need to prepare to be ready, after you have decided this, see how you might facilitate the interaction. How might you improve the probability of this open door? Go over it and over and over it. Utilize these 3 techniques over and over as you survey where you are currently and where you need to go close to continue to push toward the accomplishments that mean a lot to you. Step 4. Learn. 1. Life is advantageous assuming you learn. Nothing more terrible than being dumb. Life is advantageous in that even that you learn, gain from your encounters, gain from others' encounters. Second, life is advantageous assuming you attempt. Presently, you must take what you have realized and check whether you can take a stab at it. According to somebody, indeed you can't attempt, you need to do. You need to attempt. I put the bar up 2 feet and ask the children who can bounce 2 feet. I can, some say I can't. Some say I don't have the foggiest idea. Some say, how can you go to be aware? You don't really. You have recently got to attempt. Simply ease off and run at it. How can you go to be aware in the event that you don't attempt? Presently, consider the possibility that wreck the bar. Does that mean you can't bounce 2 feet? No, you don't need to. Attempt it once more. Obviously, you need to attempt. Attempt it another way. However, attempt. Take a shot at it. At the point when the record book on you is done, let it show your success and misfortunes. Yet, don't let the record books show that you didn't attempt. Step 5. Stay. You must figure out how to remain. Presently, you don't need to remain until the end of time. Simply stay till you own it. A person constructs an establishment and afterward he strays someplace and fabricates another establishment. Has these establishments dispersed all over the country? When it's all said and done, no walls, no rooftops, simply a lot of establishments. not a decent standing. Remain. You don't need to remain until the end of time. Simply stay to complete something. Try not to fall into the snare of not exactly refined. Refinement stay till it's finished. The fourth, if that makes life advantageous. 1 is assuming you learn. 2, as though you attempt. 3, as though you stay. Also fourth, if that makes life advantageous, is assuming you can give it a second thought. Caring is an interesting human encounter that is so indispensable, thus strong, thus sweeping, thus extensive. Assuming that you care the slightest bit, you'll come by certain outcomes. Assuming you care enough, you can obtain sublime outcomes. Assuming a sense of ownership in your own life, getting a sense of ownership with whatever happens to you, realizing that you have deliberately settled on the choices that are presently influencing you. Realizing that what's going on now today is the immediate consequence of your action, what you did yesterday. Step 6. Self-reliance. Confidence is essentially relying on yourself. Presently, being confident doesn't mean you can't work with others or trust others. Independence implies relying on yourself, confiding in yourself, being sure with yourself, being capable of yourself. Believing the ends that you have created from your own investigation of encounters and reasoning. Assuming the acknowledgement that is expected of you. Gaining from the slip-ups that you have made. Being independent. Get-slat clinicians give an instance of being confident. They say that you're liable, neglecting, trapped in the downpour. They express that by choosing not to convey an umbrella consistently, you have perused the choice to get through an incidental soaking interpretation. By not being ready, you go with the decision of getting found out in a portion of life's disagreeable conditions. Be they downpour disappointments, monetary misfortunes, relationship misfortunes, and individual misfortunes. Number 7. Responsibility. By being ready, you increment your odds of coming out on top. You improve the probability by being ready. You increment your odds of coming out on top, of quickly jumping all of the other chances when they come your direction, of being prepared inside yourself to make the most of once in a blue moon circumstance. Certain individuals will quite often fault others for their mix-ups, fault others for their disappointments. According to someone, it's not my issue, that report isn't finished. This and that didn't do their part. Obviously, it's your issue. It's your report as well. It's your report liability to see that everybody you designated work to do their part. Presently, you have zero control over what others around you do. However, it's in your own